You know, it's so amazing. So I saw the movie with my 9-year-old. We were sitting alone watching it, and my kid is laughing at all of the things that you would expect to laugh at, and I discovered I am laughing, you know, like in this kind of knowing adult way. Every time I see a reference that I get, you know, to silent film era, to a train coming at you, to a house landing, you know, to a house landing on a person without hurting. You know, to me it was just it tickled me as a film lover, and it tickled my kid as a kid. You know, my storyline in this movie is my wife and my storyline. I was kind of a dumb guy, and my wife is an activist, and I met her, and she was like, "You're doing everything wrong, and follow me here. We're going to a march." It was so when I told her about the movie, she was like, "I approve." Yes, I love it. I was hoping that would happen, and then I thought, maybe they're not going to do a yellow carpet because, you know, it'd be dirty soon, but they did it. I'm very, very proud.
Not like there's a lot of yellow pill-shaped people walking around. We had a great time on this one, and unfortunately, I didn't hang with many of the great actors until the promotion part of this film, and so we got to hang a bit with Bobby Moynihan and Allison Janney. It was great. Hopefully it's received by a lot of the young kids who are not familiar with all these, you know, Buster Keaton and Charlie Chaplin and all these guys, and they'll get turned on to some of these old guys. I had a great time doing it, and, you know, this is a lot of fun too, seeing all the people that worked on it. It's great.
This is getting to arrive in a 1937 Packard was pretty fantastic. The exhaust almost made me pass out, but other than that, it's pretty cool. I mean, all the references to Hollywood in this movie are just, they're so delightful. It's wonderful. It is a love letter, Hollywood. Everyone will enjoy, especially, you know, people of my age and even younger will have so many surprises from movies, some of their favorite movies over the years. I had the other Minions movie I was in, that was a yellow carpet too. It's my first time I've had a Minions nail.
It's unbelievable. I've never been to anything like it. I showed up in a 1920s vintage car. It was amazing. I mean, I'm obsessed. I love it. I'm blending in. I'm melting. Like Irene. No, I mean, who doesn't love Jesse? I am his biggest fan, and, you know, I had the great honor of working with him a couple years ago, so doing this again with him was a blast. It is. It certainly is a love letter to Hollywood, and it also feels very, to me, sweet that the artists behind this incredible franchise, it feels like they were given the freedom to make what really is like what they're passionate about, and just completely land the plane. Like, it gives you everything you want from the Minions franchise, but it feels so personal to the filmmakers. I'm just blown away by what they did, really.
It's pretty great. You know, I started working with these guys because I wanted to do something that my daughter could actually watch, which I usually don't do. And so I first did the Despicable Me stuff, and for her to be able to come to this and see all this is great. As soon as they said a little Cthulhu character, I was in. I'm big into like Cthulhu board games and stuff like that. So the trick with him was, once they said they wanted to do it sped up, I'm like, well, my voice sped up is Cartman, you know, so it's like, it was very hard. I had to do something very different from Cartman, so that was the trick. It's tricky just because I already do so many voices on South Park. I didn't want to do anything that sounded like South Park, so.
Can you believe that those cars, they're beautiful. That's absolutely insane. Shout out to the people who brought those cars. They're beautiful. It's crazy. It's very romantic. I used to come here for auditions and just walk down the street going, maybe someday. It's the best. I feel very, very lucky today. And there's also literal eyes everywhere watching, so yeah. I saw it's a giant fish man in a shell bra and a grass skirt, and I said, of course. I said, sign me up. I told my daughters I was going to wear the shell bra and the grass skirt to the premiere, and they were not happy. Not happy. So I had to wear a real sweater. Isn't it amazing? It's beautiful. The first 10 minutes with all those shout outs to old Hollywood and George Lucas, everybody. It's beautiful. So also like my kids, I was showing my kids Buster Keaton videos last night because it's like now they know they are learning about old Hollywood through Minions. It's crazy. It's pretty amazing. Yeah, I have Brian Lynch to thank for that. Yeah, he's one of the greatest guys in the world. He helped me get in these movies, and I was in Secret Life of Pets, which he wrote, and I love him a great deal. And Pierre Coffin, not so bad himself.
Well, I assumed that at one point I would finish the movie and it would, be in a theater. But seeing it this way is going to be really exciting. It is totally a love letter to Hollywood. It's just because I grew up with all these movies. I'm French, and I grew up with all these. Well, I grew up with French cinema, but also all the stuff that influenced the French cinema, meaning the old movies of the 20s, 30s, and 50s. I love American cinema, and it's highly inspiring in every genre, and it developed my imagination also. All these B, Z, AAA movies, like sci-fi movies and monster movies, I was brought up with them, and so this is me thanking them, basically. It's always tricky, like making a reference because people won't get it, and then in the end, I thought that, what the hell, it's going to be okay anyway, so let's do the reference, and then if people get it, they get it, and if they don't, let's put the first degree so that people still enjoy the moment. Well, it is hard, like making a whole family movie, because you've got all these generations to talk to, and hopefully with this one we managed to do it. When I said to Chris Maldondre, the producer, that I really wanted to work with Jeff Bridges, with Christoph Waltz, he said yes to everything, and also we were hoping really that these guys would accept being in this movie, just because of how important it was to me to have to say to the movie to the world that it's actually really cool working with actors and that have depth, and that where you don't expect them to be like in animated movies.
Well, it's just so nice to get to be part of the Minions, because that's been such a great universe for a long time.
Yeah, it was a great fun one to do, and again, you don't really think about it other than at the moment, is this working, does the director like it, is this working? That's the obsession that you take for 3 months, and then 3 weeks to record it like that, and then it's all done and everyone's either happy or they hate you, and in this case apparently they're happy, so they invited me, so it's great. Yeah, it was a chance that I don't think anyone would ever give me, truthfully, which is to just go and jump in that world and have fun. Sorry, that's my wife.
This is so perfect. We're on Hollywood Boulevard. We even have, we have the Chinese theater in the movie, and this is the place to be. Well, I worked on some Despicable Me movies, so I kind of had some experience with the Minions. And, Pierre is in charge. I'm just following him, basically. He's going to make the Minions go, and I got to follow him and try and have it make sense. I actually started editing on film, actual film, and so there's scenes in the movie with people splicing film. We put those in at the end. I was so thrilled.
There's something about this movie that I love so much, and the energy today is buzzing. I think this movie is a very, very special movie for us. And one of the reasons why is because it's so surprising. People think they know what they're gonna get when they come to a Minions movie, and they'll get plenty of what they love and think they're gonna get, but they're gonna be absolutely surprised as well. When people ask me, why are you setting a Minions movie in 1920s Hollywood? Is that really a backdrop for a Minions movie? It actually is. It's a backdrop to make a movie that is truly a love letter to cinema. And it's also a great backdrop to make a movie about one little minion who loves to draw and dreams of making his own movie, which reminds me of a guy I know who I've worked with now for 20 years, Pierre Coffin. Ultimately, why we do this is to bring joy to people. And there's no better reward than to be firsthand observing that. And no matter how much you hear about the popularity, when you can see it and feel it, that is the true reward for what we do.